Hello, everyone. How are you? Hope you're having an incredible day, and may peace be upon you. Thank you for watching the show. It Takes Courage with me, your host, Dr. Izdihar Jamil. And today we're going to be talking about, are you visible? Best practices for you to be the go-to expert in your field. And quite a lot of the content is going to be taken. I'm going to be sharing it from my book, the one that's just been released last week, called Are You Visible? A simple guide to be seen, heard, and chosen as the go-to expert in your field. So if you haven't got a copy, you want to go and grab a copy from Amazon today. Okay. So couple of things about visibility and how that can be the key for you to be seen, heard, and chosen in your business, in the relationship, in becoming a speaker, in media opportunities. And I was at the grocery store at the fruits and vegetable sections at Whole Foods getting some dates when another shopper, middle-aged guy carrying a basket, walks over to me and says, "Are you a Muslim?" And I say, "Yes, I am." Then he says, "Are you going to blow yourself up?" And I'm thinking, dude, I just left my job as a computer scientist in Malaysia a few months ago because Rizal, my husband, got his dream job. I've got a 4-year-old son Abrar and a baby girl Nadra. I'm grocery shopping. And now this? And I can feel like my whole body just, and I had to leave. 2 weeks after, Nadra was having the worst tantrum. And as soon as Lisa comes back from work, I say, "Babe, look after her. I'm taking a shower." And I'm washing my face when I hear bang, bang, bang. "Come down now. There's police officers waiting for you." Dry myself off, put on my hijab, pick up Nadra, go downstairs, and I see 2 police officers in full gear, guns over their shoulders, fingers on the trigger. "Ma'am, your neighbor says there's a baby crying. Why is your baby crying?" "Is she's a baby?" He checks her out. Nothing wrong with her. So they leave. And I'm thinking, America is the worst mistake of my life. And to cheer me up, Reza gifted me with a course so I can be with an online coaching consultant. I can work from anywhere and still be with the kids. I don't want to work at Google from 9 to 5. I want to be with my family and empower other people. One of the things I have to do is go live on social media. And I still remember it was Mother's Day 2018. I put on a pretty pink top, some makeup, a flora hijab, and just before hitting the live button for the first time, I freeze. People gonna think you're a terrorist. And I hit the button. And today, I'm a 16 times best-selling author. I've been featured on Forbes, TEDx, TV, magazines, hundreds of media, and spoken on many stages around the world. No person should ever have to be afraid of who you are, and your unique voices should be heard on prestigious platforms without prejudice. And that's the reason why I'm here today, because I hit that button. No matter the circumstances, no matter the social adversity that I was facing, your voice needs to be heard. And a lot of people are, thinking that, I haven't got anything to say. I don't think I have anything worthy. I don't think my message is good enough. I'm not that level yet. It needs to be heard right now. And you not just only owe it to yourself, but you owe it to the people around you who's looking for something, who's looking for exactly the thing that you want to be saying. And that's the key that, for you to be seen, heard, and chosen because you are brave enough to share your voice. You're brave enough to put yourself forward. And my coach, Bo Eason, always say that courage would always be rewarded. Courage would always be rewarded. People are not looking for perfections. People are not looking for when you are makeup ready, which reminds me today, I haven't got any makeup on. So I just decided to show up today. Um, so people are not looking for perfection. Perfection is an illusion, is a trap. So the key is to be seen, heard, and chosen. You gotta be brave in sharing yourself and in putting yourself out there. One of the things that I shared about in my TEDx talk, coming to America, a story of a hijab wearing woman, is that rather than hiding, doubting yourself, and being scared, you just got to put more of yourself out there because you don't know the rippling effect that you can have when you share yourself, when you share your voice. Yeah, there are things that you may want to practice your talk, your stories, whatever that is, but majority of the time people just want to see who you are when you have your walls down. And not only that's the most vulnerable or the most scariest, but that is when people are able to connect with you the most. Okay. So one of the things that in Are You Visible that I created it was because I wanted to share some simple, practical, but effective tips and strategies so that you can take it, you can flip open the book, and then you can see, oh yeah, I can do this, I can do this. Oh yeah, this is super easy to do. So I've kept it like really, really, really simple in here. And I've also shared about the common mistakes that you need to avoid when you are becoming, when you want to be the go to leader. For example, a couple of things. One of if you have the book, the paperback and hardcover is going to come up really soon. Is I talk about being personalized, personalizing to your target audience, not just to your target audience, but um, don't try to kind of like talk to everybody. Know who your audience is, know who they are, know what their struggles are, know what they're fighting for, know what their dreams, know what's important to them, and also, most importantly, don't try to be anyone else but yourself. Because a lot of people think that for you to be the go to expert, you have to create a certain persona. And it's hard when you want to create a certain persona because that's not truly who you are. It's a creation, it's someone that is an illusion. So there's a bit of disconnection when you're trying to be the go to expert as that persona versus to the one who you really are. The one who you really are is absolutely whole, perfect, and complete the way you are and the way you are not. And there's people who's gonna love you for who you are, and there's people who's not gonna love you for who you are. So just stay in your lane and you're gonna attract the best people. Okay. And I was at an event. I was assisting at an event. It was a leadership program that I had sign up to. So one of the things was that I was assisting at an event to, um, it was in London. I was then studying my PhD at the University of Bristol. So I came in an hour early. So we have an orientation. We created what is it that we want to create on the day, what is the vision, how we're going to help people, how we're going to be best serving others, what are our goals for today. And we're also assigned duties for the day. It was led by a lady called Pip Gardiner. It was right in London. So then that day I was assigned at the registration table. So when I was assigned at the registration table, I kept thinking, God, I just want to be in the background. I just want to be in the background. The registration table is the first thing that people see when they're walking through the door. And I'm like, oh, I don't know these people. They're strangers. I don't want to have to deal with these people. Why do I have to be at the registration table? I just want to be in the background. So there I go. I walked down from the second floor where the training was at, walked down the stairs to the first floor where the venue is at. So I walked through the registration table. I stack in the guest cards where the guests can fill in the details. I stack in some pens. I stacked in some labels and a Sharpie so that I can write their names on the labels and they can put it on their chest. So once I've done that, I remember like walking backwards all the way till my back hits the wall. I remember just feeling and just crossing my hands, crossing my legs, just hunching down and feeling that if the wall could just swallow me that day, it would be perfect. And I kept looking at that door, just anxiously waiting for the first guest to walk in. And sure enough, within a few minutes, the first guest walked in. And I'm like, oh God, not me, not me, not me. So the guest was like, make their way towards the person to my right. So the person on my right then was my colleague was then helping this person to sign in. And the next guest walks in and it goes to the person on my left, and then to the person to my right, and then to the person on my left. So these people, even though I was physically there, they missed me. They bypassed me. They choose not to choose not to choose coming towards me or let me help them. And then the one or two people that actually walked towards my section and I kept looking down, didn't even give me an eye contact, just kept looking down, walked straight to my section, pick up the guest card, pick up the pen, and wrote down their details. And I peeked in and I saw their name. Okay, I wrote down the name John. Now put it in the label, give it to them. John put it on his chest, and then off he goes into the venue. So that kept happening the whole time. And then a few weeks after, I met with my friend Katsawiya. So Katsawiya has gone through the same program as I did, and I told her what happened. Like people kept bypassing me left and right. And then she was like, are you playing the invisible game? I was like, what do you mean? She said, people from our culture were very strong with personal connections. So anybody that we know that has a personal connection with us, family, friends, anybody that we know, we're very strong in those connections and we welcome them. We give them warm, we give them who they are. But when it comes to people outside of the circles, people who are strangers, we become very weary of them. We kind of like pull back a little bit. We kind of in a way hiding from those people. And I was like, no, I wasn't hiding. I was there. Not just I was there, but I was physically there in front of them. So as I drove home from Katsawiya's place, Katsawiya lives in Cardiff, I lived in Bristol. So it was a 45-minute driving through the bridge, to the Severn Tunnel Bridge. I kept thinking about, she said, are you playing the invisible game? Are you hiding yourself? And are you purposely not wanting yourself to be seen? So as I kept thinking about it, I remembered that I kept saying, God, not me, not me, not me. Oh, I just want to be in the background. So I was creating a wall, an invisible wall between me and the guest. So that's why it's hard for people to see me. Even though I was physically there, there was an invisible wall that's kind of like saying, don't come near, like a red blinking wall, don't go away, kind of thing, a message. I was like, oh, okay, that's something that I created. So the next time that I went to assist to the same event, to the same venue in London, the same thing happened. I arrived an hour early. Pip Gardner held the orientation, and I was assigned the duty. And guess what was my duty for that day? That's right, the registration table. So I walked in from the second floor to the first floor, kind of stomping my feet. And then I like took a stack of paper. And then I was like, what if I play a different game? So what if today I play the game of welcoming the guest, like, treating this person as if they are my family, as if they're a personal contact of mine, like how I would treat people who I know. What if I treat them the same way? What if, I welcome them, I smile at them, the feeling the warmth, the feeling the welcomeness, feeling the excitement. I mean, I'm sure that people come to this event, upon invitation from another guest, from another member, that they're kind of feeling like a little bit nervous. So what if I kind of like take care of them? I started to stack my guest papers again, and the pens, and the labels, and the Sharpie, and I stood so close to the registration table. And then, I was looking at the door, getting really excited, and I was smiling. And then I saw the first guest walking in, and then I smiled, one bigger smile, because then I was excited to see them. So they walked in, I smiled at them and say, "Hey, how are you?" And then, they would start to look up at me. I made eye contact with them. So I kind of like intentionally was drawing them in towards me. The walk, I say, "Hello, how are you?" Make them feel welcome, make them feel safe, make them feel, this warmth and generosity, that they can experience from me, and how I usually treat the people in my life or my personal contacts. And I started to have a conversation. So, who invited you here? How was your journey coming over? So here you go. This is a card. Can you fill it in? So they fill in the cards, have a big chit chat with them, and then I pick in the name, and then I saw the name was, let's say, Sarah. Hey Sarah, oh my God, you're gonna have a great time. So put in the name, give it to them, let's stick it on the chest. Okay, Sarah, it's that way. The venue is that way, okay? And and then the next person walks in, and I did the same thing. I smiled, I made eye contact, I welcomed them, I said, "Hello, come on over, I'm gonna be helping you, I'd love to help, come on over so I can help you." So they would come over, we have a little bit of chit chat, and I send the next person into the venue. So that kept on happening for the next guest and the next. And then soon there was a line right in front of me, people wanting me to help them. So these people, they didn't go to the person on my right, or they didn't go to the person on my left. They stayed in my lane, to the point that my colleagues was asking, why are all these people lining in front of you and not on that? So you can start to see how powerful it is when you make the decision that you want to be seen, heard, and chosen. It changes the game, it changes the result. So first you got to make that decision that you want to be seen, like what I was saying to myself. What if I play a different game today? So you can ask yourself, what if you play a different game today? What if I play a different game today? What game are you going to be playing? How would that game look like? And then the second is that using particular strategies to start attracting those people to you because of who you are. I didn't suddenly become so welcoming. It's just, I was just channeling who I am when I'm with the people that I know of my personal contact, and I'm extending it to strangers. So I was just showing a part of myself that I usually kept for other people. So I made a decision to be seen, heard, and chosen. I made a decision to play a different game. Then I use particular strategies to start drawing them in to come to me. And then the result was people were lining up in front of me so I can help them. So it's the same when you're wanting to be the go-to leader or the go-to expert in your field. You gotta first make that decision. And then you gotta know what are the strategies, what are tips, strategies, methods that you can use to start to draw people in. All right. So I'm just gonna give you a couple of pointers from here. Oh, before that, I just wanted to read to you um, a, a testimonial from Deb Rossman, okay? Dr. Izdihar Jamil's book is the best visibility roadmap you can have. Her greatest gift is providing you with her expertise in a straightforward, understandable, and thoroughly enjoyable format. To all the entrepreneurs out there, this is a must-own book for your collection. Deb Rossman, public speaker and poet of the Grieving Heart, and international best-selling author of It Is Done. And I'm going to read to you another um, testimonial from Drew Lawrence. Dr. Izdihar Jamil is a shining light of inspiration. In her new book, Are You Visible? She enthusiastically shares her clear action steps on how to increase visibility online. Beyond increasing visibility, she encourages the professionals to strive to be the go-to leader in their industry. Her experience and wisdom have led me to believe this is possible while maintaining a harmonious balance of work and family life. I highly recommend all of her books. Drew Lawrence, multi-platinum hit songwriter and artist development coach. And I also wanted to read to you a short poem that I wrote called I Am Beautiful and Brave. I am brave and I am beautiful. I wonder why people are so hard on themselves. I hear my heart whispering. I see the signs that are shown to me. I want to stop hiding. I want to express my truth. I am brave and I am beautiful. I pretend that I'm loved. I feel the light. I touch the heart. I worry that I'm not enough. I cry when people hurt my heart. I'm brave and I'm beautiful. I understand that life is unpredictable. I say, have faith and flow. I dream of being in heaven. I try to be the best. I hope I've done enough. I'm brave and I am beautiful. Okay, so I wanted to share with you some. If you go to the last section of the book, there's something that I call the five-step action plan. So, what I want is that for people, once they read the book, I want them to have something doable, something tangible that they can take away with you. Okay. So, there are here, five things here that you can go and take away from. So, I'm just going to be reading one to you in your five-step action plan to be the go to leader in your field. So, the first is write a best-selling book that showcases your expertise and establish you as a thought leader in your industry. So if you haven't already written a book, a best-selling book, now is the time for you to write your book. And if you already have written one, write the next one and the next one. Okay. It doesn't stop. People needs to hear your thoughts, your vision. You have so many takes and perspective on your work. Brian Tracy, who's one of the thought leader in human potential, has written like 80 books or more. So it doesn't stop, right? And he's also a multiple New York Times best-selling author. Write a best-selling book. And a best-selling book is one of the most powerful strategy to instantly increase your visibility. Because when people see your name on the front cover on a book, you're instantly seen as the leader, as the visible leader. And I remember like my client Mimi, I think we got connected via LinkedIn. So she checked me out on LinkedIn and she noticed that I have a book. So she grabbed a copy of my book. So that instantly is an easy investment to my brand. The book is only $10 to $15. So instantly, Mimi has invested on my brand, something simple, something affordable. She read the book, she loves it, she joins my mailing list because a book is like a call to action for people to join your to people to a business card for people to find out more about you and as a tool to expand your business. So maybe join my mailing list. And if you're a business owner, a mailing list is one of the most powerful assets that you can have. So when she's in my mailing list, we send out a nurturing email through her, and through that, building the relationship between me and Mimi. And then through time, there was an email that I sent to her. I think it was when I curated my own magazine and shared my story of one of the books. She was like, "Oh my God, I need to speak to you. I love reading your book. I love your stories. I can resonate with it. I need to speak to you." I'm like, "Okay, fantastic." So we jumped into a call. And as it turns out, Mimi is also writing her first book. That time, it was called The Answer Is You. So Mimi wanted my help for me to produce her book and run the bestseller campaign. So she hired me because she knows that I have a proven track record in producing and publishing books. So, she hired me and then I taught her. So Mimi then became a best-selling author in multiple countries. So her book is out and I taught her several strategies that she can use to leverage her credibility as the go-to author, as the go-to leader. So she's been leveraging it and she's been on incredible places, incredible stages, interviews, opportunities. She's been leveraging media, TV, and then she has that. And then, when the next time comes in, I have my own TV show. This one actually, It Takes Courage. She says that she wanted to be featured on my show, which is incredible. And I charge to be on my show because it's very influential. I have an audience. This TV show is seen on Roku, Apple TV, Amazon Fire TV. So it's on prestigious, influential platforms. So she became a guest on the TV show, and now she's working on the second and third book. And guess who she said that she's gonna hire? Me. So you can see how powerful a book is for your brand, for your business. And on top of that, you get passive income. Every few months, my publisher would deposit a certain amount of money for my books. So that in itself is a huge blessing. So a book, so I'm not just about selling books, but I'm also using it as a tool, as a business card for me to get to places, for me to connect with people, for me to help other people. So make sure that if you haven't already written a best-selling book, you go ahead and start writing one now. And then if you already have one, write the next one, okay? So I hope you found this valuable in the best practices on how you can be seen, you can become the go-to expert in your field. If valuable tips, practical tips just got to be brave in sharing your voice, and more importantly, you got to be brave in sharing your voice consistently and yeah, consistently. You got to be seen over and over and over again versus a one-time wonder. And that's going to be a game changer and a deal breaker. It doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, perfection is an illusion, is a trap. And start implementing certain things, start to personalize things, start to be who you are in front of your audience and writing books, get into media, get into view, whatever opportunities that you can get, say yes to them for now as you're building up your credibility and authority. Okay. And then when you're at a place, you can say no to certain things that's not in alignment with you. But for now, go for it. Okay, everybody, take care. May peace be upon you. And remember, be brave in sharing your voice so that you can be seen, heard, and chosen as the go to expert in your field. See you in the next episode. Take care. May peace be upon you. Bye, 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 bye.